Yeah, this session is going to be recorded. Yoga mat and walls, so using the walls for balance. But before we start off though, just make sure that you got yourself a clear space on your mat. Take your bangs away from you. We're going to start off with a good vigorous warm-up. So today's session is all about backs and hips. We are going to do some core work, but mainly about backs and hips. Anyone who's got any problems with the lower back or the hips, then it's perfect for you, particularly somebody who's had an injury there or runner. Right, to begin with, just bring yourself up to standing. Let's do this knocking exercise from the Qigong. Just loosen off the lower back. So allow the arms to be noodly, like little noodles knocking side to side. Take your eye gaze around the back as well, and as we knock around the side, we'll just go for a couple of rotations. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Keep your arms and legs in a similar position, toes forward, hands forward. We're going to take 10 dives down towards the floor. We're going to go deeper and deeper on each one. So first one, hands down to the knees, keep the chin tucked in, and keep the chin tucked in as you roll back up. That's 1. Let's come down. And 2, good. Now go a little bit further this time. Take your hands down to your ankles and roll back up. If you can get all the way down to your ankles, great. And come back up. All right, keep going down. See if you can get to your toes this time. Come back up. See if you can get to your toes. Okay, now last 4. See if you can get your hands on the floor. So it could be your palms on the floor, or it could just be your fingers. Okay, 1 more. Take it down. Okay, now good. Now we're going to go into some squat exercises. Try not to do this. I've got my chair behind me. You could use a wall. You want to sit yourself down, but try not to sit down with your weight. So your hips are just going to touch the seat, gently touch, and then lift off. Okay, so you want to fire up your bum. So your bum's got to be doing this work. Okay, so you're going to come down, just gently touch, and then straight back up. 1, gently touch. 2, so really squeeze your bum. Squeeze. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. 5, good. Squeeze. 6, squeeze. 7, squeeze. 8, squeeze. 9, and squeeze. 10. Okay, bring those feet back in, back onto the warm-up. So you're going to do 3 rounds of this. Going from knocking to dropping, then into squatting. 2 and 1. Okay, good. This time, take yourself down to the floor. Drop your arms out in front of you. Touch your toes and slowly come back up for 1. Drop back down. Toes and fingers touch. Roll back up. 2. Keep going. 3. Keep going. 4. Now on 5, I want you to stay there. Let the arms go. Let the body go. Stand up tall. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and roll back up. Good. Okay, go back into those squats. So take your feet at least hip width, but I would say just a little bit wider than hip width apart. Remember, just literally touching the seat and then straight back up. Okay, so touch and squeeze and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, wonderful. Bring those feet in, final round, knocking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time with our fold overs, we take hold of your elbows. Take your elbows and your hands, feet together, roll forwards, allow the arms to drop forwards and gently rock. Just for 10 breaths. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And when you're ready, just take yourself back up. Okay, great, that's the end of our warm-up. So go grab yourself your bands. So with your bands, that's already tied up. I was trying to undo it at the start of the class. Can I just undo it? No, it'll probably take me a little bit of time to faff around with it. But you want to have your feet around about this sort of distance. So if I was sitting there on the floor, I should easily be able to have my feet about hip width apart, and then I just tie my band around at that stage. So basically your band doesn't want to be too tight. You don't want it to be too loose either. You do need some resistance, but I've gone for a blue band, I've gone for a pink band, and I've gone for a wide pink band. So I don't actually want a lot of power with this. And these exercises, whilst they look easy, and they are relatively easy, they're going to put a lot of stress around your joints of the hips and lower back, which is good. The muscles in that area, we want them to work a lot. But if it's too strong, then obviously the muscles will fail and the joints will take over, which isn't a good thing. So you want to start off with either no band or a light band like I have. Okay, second step then is just to come towards the wall. So do not do what I just did. Don't want you to lean in against the wall because your back will take over. So make sure your arms extended and you can easily stand up without leaning at all, yeah? Okay, now this time we're going to be focusing on the hips. So we're now going to focus on the lift part of it. And it's this area. So SI joint is about there. Gluteus medius is around about there. And it's the connection in between those two that we're going to focus on. To do that, we want to keep our toes, let me step back. So we want to keep our toes forward. Do not allow your toes to do that, yeah? Okay, so when you're ready, hands against the wall, in with breath, with a hand on the hip and push out to the side, yeah? So you're going to do nice kicks. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, good. Remember your toes should be forward here. If they start to turn out, it just means that you're going to be not using those hip muscles and your joints are going to take over. We do not want to do a lot of joint work with weight, with resistance. It will just end up hurting you at some stage. Okay, when you're ready, in with breath, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Great work, all right. Should be getting a little bit warmer on that side. Just got one more set to do. Same thing, in with breath, take the foot off, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop. Well done. Okay, so the leg raises to the side. Should have activated that area. It's just here, not quite in your lower back. That's my lower back. It's the top of my hips. So top of the hips and then to the side of the hips. So that's the area we're focusing on. Okay, same thing again. Avoid the lean. So stand up nice and tall. Hand on the hip. Keep those toes forward and out to the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Great exercises these are, really good for overall health, but if you have any problems in this area, SI joints, lower backs, are very, very good for you. All right, when you're ready, just bring the foot off the floor, in with breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Good stuff, got one more to go. Let's get ready. In with breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Okay, good. So you should have felt the outside of the hips working and not really anywhere else. That's why we were, had the hand against the door there, because we wanted to isolate those areas and get those parts of the body working. Now we're going to be focusing on a little bit more balance and core. Okay, so when you're ready, you're going to want to take yourself to the centre of the mat, hands on your hips, and we're going to do a similar sort of movement. So you want to keep your legs straight on this one all the time. We're going to go to the side and then back to the centre. So I'll do that movement, but I'm going to keep my legs straight. And as I come back in, I'm going to keep my legs straight. So it's exactly the same as against the wall. But look, I am not doing that. Yeah, so often you see people go like that. I'm still doing that same kick, feet forward. Let's try that then. When you're ready, in the centre of your mat, step out, doesn't matter which side, feet together. Back to the centre, feet together. Other side, together, centre, together. Keep going. 3, back to the centre, 4, back to the centre, 5, back to the centre, 6, back to the centre, 7, back to the centre, 8, back to the centre, 9, back to the centre, and pause. If you didn't already work that out, my band went ping. All right, going to do the same thing again. When you're ready, hands on those hips, and step, centre, sorry, back and centre, to the side, together, step and centre. That's 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and pause. Okay, good. These aren't hard. It's just going to get us doing some more functional exercises, which will help with the last bit. All right, last round. Step whichever way you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Okay, we're going to be doing the same exercises, but just bringing in squats. So anybody who's done this class before, when you do a wide leg squat, that was probably a bit too wide, and you've got resistance and you come down, it forces those muscles on the outside, the ones that I talked about before, Gluteus Medius and your piriformis, forces them to work harder. So you get a more controlled, better activated squat, means your bum's working better, gives you better shape, but also gives you better control and strength. Okay, so that's the purpose of the band with these ones. Hands on your hips, then come over to one side of the mat. Okay, step out, avoid those toes, yeah, don't go too wide. Step out and squat. Up and in, that's 1. Step, squat, in, 2. Step, squat, up, 3. Step, squat, up, 4. Step, squat, up, 5. Step, squat, up, 6. Step, squat, up, 7. Step, squat, up, 8. Step, squat, up, 9. Step, squat, up, 10. Wonderful, right? Shouldn't be a hard exercise, not looking to push you very, very much. but it's about getting those hips working really well. All right, second round, same thing again. Hands on the hips for support. Step, squat, up, in, 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 step, squat, up, in. You got 4, 4, down, up, in, and 3, down, up, in, and 2, down, up, in, and 1, down, up, in. Great. Last round, same again, one more round, doing the 3, 3, 3s. Every exercise in the 3s. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Step, squat, up, in, 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 step, squat, up, in. You got 4, 4, down, up, in, and 3, down, up, in, and 2, down, up, in, and 1, down, up, and great. Got a few more exercises with the bands, so we're going to do one more now on the floor, then we'll stretch off a little bit, do a little bit more movement to help loosen off some joints, and then we'll come back to the band. So when you're ready, just drop yourself down onto the mat, lie down on your left hand side. So when you're over on that left, feet together, knees together. Yeah, feet together, knees together. Oh, yummy, yummy. Yummy, 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 I've got love in my tummy. Okay, when you're ready, hands down. Okay, so I'm lying on my left hand side. I'm going to keep my feet together, your knees want to be together. Feet want to be together, knees want to be together. The purpose of this particular exercise then is to really isolate the piriformis. Piriformis is good, it stops your hips going like that. So it keeps them locked, tiny little muscles, keeps it locked. So sometimes people's hips get height. You go to chiropractors and say, oh, you got one leg shorter than the other, my son. And you're like, have I? But you haven't. It just means that your hips have gone like that, lifted one of the legs up. So these exercises stop that. When you're ready, put your right hand to the floor, feet together, in with breath, and as you breathe out, oh, apologies. Get your band around your knees. I was thinking, that's incredibly easy. Right, band around the knees, in with breath, and as you breathe out, then widen the legs, but keep the feet together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got to really keep the feet together here. Push against it. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Wunderbar. Okay, good. Hips are taking a bit of work there. Doing really well. Okay, when you're ready, feet together, in with breath, and push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was excellent. I'm saying that to myself. I'm saying, John, that was excellent. It feels good though, you know, I can feel it on my hip. What you got to be careful of, there's not a lot of training points here to really worry about, but one thing you do want to make sure is that your heels are level with your hips. So you don't want your knees forward like that somewhere. You want those feet back, yeah, knees and legs in a V, and heels level with your hips, because that will help isolate that piriformis. You should feel this just on this side here. Yeah. Right, when you're ready, hand down, last one's in with breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now when you're ready, move over to the other side. And exactly the same thing again. So we're going to focus on those piriformis muscles there. Lean over to the floor, get your body weight forwards on this. Okay, when you're ready on your breath, as you breathe out, open up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, well done. Okay, let's go again. You're ready, take it in with breath. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and try to open those knees wide. Oh, and 1. So when you're opening the knees and you get to about there, your muscle's not going to be very active. But when you start to feel a bit of resistance, about there I'm feeling the resistance, you've then got to squeeze your muscles, so squeeze your gluteal muscles together, yeah? Your bum squeezes together. You can feel the outside of the hips working more. And then if you keep going so you can't go any further, then you're starting to get into those deep seated muscles, the piriformis. So try and get as deep into the exercise as you can. Last round, in with breath, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Oh, and 1. Oh. You can feel that right on the outside of the hip there, and that's exactly where you should be feeling. It should be isolated to the outside of the hip, nowhere else. Just loosen off the bands for me for a moment. Okay. So we're going to stretch out the back and the hips as well as the chest and the shoulders. You just take yourself over onto your backs now. Drop your body down to the floor. Okay, you're going to bring your knees up, get your feet up as well. Arms wide. Drop your knees over to the left-hand side for me. Use your left hand to just bring your knees together. And your right hand, I want you to take that over your head. So your knuckles are on the floor. So your right hand over your head, your knuckles on the floor. I just want you to look up at the right hand over the top of you now. Stay there for 30 seconds or something. Just let the body stretch across. Okay, bring the hand back over. And when you're ready, just take those legs up. Do the same thing the other side. So just drop the knees over the other side. Right hand onto the knees, bring them together. Left hand over the top, knuckles down, and just look up towards the hand. It'll give you that deep stretch on that side. Again, just take 30 seconds just to stretch down the side of the body. Bring the arm back in. And when you're ready, just go for your band again. Okay, our last exercise, again, it's not anything that we haven't done before, but we're just going to focus this exercise really around the hips. So we want to focus on the piriformis outside of the hips doing the work. We're going to do a bridge now, but we're going to do that with open legs, like we normally would do, but with the band around the knees. And again, it's the same principle as the squat. When your knees are open and you've got resistance, you've got activating the piriformis, so your hip muscles are going to work better, they're going to fire up more. Okay, so just get your band around your knees, open the legs up. Okay, when you're ready, bring your hands down to the floor, roll your shoulders underneath, and lift up into a high bridge. If you need to, you can support your back here. If you don't need to, just drop your hands down and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and just relax your hips down. Take a pause for a second or two. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. Just make sure that you are pushing your knees out to the side, so that's going to give you that extra resistance that you need on this exercise to work your hips. Okay, so open the legs nice and wide, at least hip width apart. Take yourself up into bridge. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down, and again, just take a pause for a moment. Okay, last one then. Take yourself up, roll the shoulders underneath, my hips. So your hips, your shoulders, your hips, your knees should all be in line here. Shouldn't be like banana back to the hips down here somewhere. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring the hips down. And when you're ready, just bring the knees in, roll it back. Let's take a few seconds just to stretch off, loosen off the back. Okay, good. So we're going to do one more activating exercise, and then that's it for us focusing on our hips. We're not going to be looking at that area again. Last third of the class will all be stomach and abs. Before we get there, just grab hold of the cushion. And I want you to place the cushion just underneath your belly. So drop that on the mat and take yourself down so that your belly button is on the cushion. It's going to give you support for your back, so it's going to give your back a natural shape that it needs to be supported. You can do it without the cushion, but I do find it's all very helpful. And it's all about activating your hips. Great exercise if you've ever got any injuries to your lower back. Right, when you're ready then, so I want you to, and keep your legs straight here, completely straight. I just want you to raise your left leg, so completely straight, but raise the left leg. Yeah, okay. Try the same with the right. Still okay? Yeah, good. All right, let's go either side then. Let's go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just rest that. Okay, good. But the key is keeping your legs completely straight here. So don't have any bend, because, and we don't want to be rocking to the side, yeah? So when I'm doing that, I'm not going, we'll lift my left leg. I'm keeping my hips completely square and my body weight completely in the centre. When I lift up, yeah, it's right in the centre, isn't it? My body weight, I mean, is right in the centre. Okay, when you're ready, let's go to the same exercise again. Start off whichever side you want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Okay, good. We're going to do one more set. When you're ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax. Oh, well done. Alright, so we're going to focus on the same type of exercise. So these are what they call activating exercises, to get your muscles in the back of your hips fired up. A great exercise to do. Well, you know, if you do injure your back, then what happens is your muscles switch off. So you don't get the same blood flow to the muscles, and your brain doesn't send signals as well. So you need to activate them again, get them firing up, getting the electrical pulses there again. And this is a great exercise to do it. This is the next one, and the last one we're going to do is also another good one to activate. Right, raise your left leg for me. Remember, don't lean over to the right. Keep the weight centered. Raise your left leg now. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. You'll find one side's really hard to do. On me, it's the left. Right, raise the right side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Go back to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Right side. 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Left side. 10, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. And left. So right. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs straight. Last ones. 10, 9, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. And right. 10, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay, good. Let's just stretch the back off then. Take yourself up onto your feet. And drop your hips back onto the feet here. Open the knees up. Extend the arms. Just drop the head down. Take a pause. Okay, good stuff. Now we're into our abs and our core. Right, so you will need a couple of cushions for these exercises, or at least have them nearby. I think for the first one, it would be really good for you to have some cushions. You know, because if you do find it a little bit hard, you can put the cushions there, which some people do end up doing. You don't need it for this exercise, but just have them there in case you are struggling. Grab your band. So last time we're going to use the band, I think. If you don't have a band, you just take your hands to behind your knees, but hopefully you've all got bands. Alright, so from here, I just want you to do that. I want you to bring your feet up so that they're level with your knees. And again, if you're using your hands, you just put your hands behind your knees and raise your legs in the same way, yeah? Okay, and from there, just want you to take your left hand up. Okay, look up to the fingers. Beautiful. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, pause. Swap sides, same thing. Legs up, arm up, look up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just moving the light in. I was noticing that everything's gone a bit super dark. Let's turn that light around. There we go. Oh. All right, same thing as second round. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your arm up as straight up as you can. I mean, that'll be completely straight up, but that's fine. If you can get it up there, that's great. You might hurt your neck, so I tend to just lift it up just above me. Get those feet level with the knees is the main thing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should be feeling your core kicking in. If your back is hurting or it doesn't feel right, maybe your hips don't like it, sit on some cushions. Okay, yeah, left. So right arm even. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, gosh. It's been a long day today. So good. It's been a good day. Don't get me wrong. It's been a good day, but it's been a long one. All right. Left arm. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Drop it down. When you're ready, lift yourself up. Second side, and then we'll finish. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Get rid of those bands there. Okay, we're going to go into our next round of stretches. Okay, so just take yourself up onto all fours, loosen that back and shoulders off. So taking in with breath, drop the belly, cat cow, yeah, our breath round the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, wonderful. So these are more for your abs now than for your core, but you'll be noticing both. I would suggest get both. Get 2 cushions and put both just behind your head here for this exercise. Don't need any cushions, but just make it a little bit easier on the neck. But I also think it gives you the support you need to do the stronger parts of the exercise. So if you've got the cushions there behind your head, just rest your head actually on them, and so your neck is lifted off the floor. Okay, from here I'm going to put my hands behind my head. Yeah, I am going to lift myself up a little bit so the edge of my shoulders is just touching the cushions, but I can, if I need to, drop my head back down if I get a little bit sore. Okay, when you're ready then, I ask you to bring your both legs off. Yeah, now do not allow your feet to touch the floor here. Yeah, so when I ask you to drop down, you drop down about as far as there. It's that sort of movement, yeah. Never allow your feet to come down to the floor. Okay, so taking in with breath, bring those knees up, out with breath, up. In with breath, drop a little. 2, so if you just feel a little pull in your stomach there. 3, 4, in with breath. 5, in with breath. 6, in with breath. 7, in with breath. 8, in with breath. 9, in with breath. 10, in with breath, and just pause in. Remember where we should be feeling this is in our abs. Not particularly core, more stomach this one, more abs. Right, second round. When you're ready, taking in with breath, bring those knees in, and out with breath kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feet flat, take a pause. Okay, last round when you're ready. Taking in with breath and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pause. Rest. Okay, good. So we've got through that that little set. The next one and the last exercise is purely for your abs. But this exercise is a tricky one because we need to do it a little bit slower than most exercises, and you get the work just in the last sort of 20-30%. So what I mean by that is I want to ask you to straighten out both legs. I'll say bring in your left leg. It's called the leg hug, this one, or leg tuck. Yeah, so I'll say bring in your leg, take hold of your leg, but then I'm going to ask you to pull it in. So you're going to pull in here, and you're going to come up there. Now it's just in that last little bit of movement there that you're going to get the ab work. So even if you're able to go like that, and even if you're sort of coming up like this, yeah, you see some people coming up, you're not going to get as much work as if you come up, hold, and tuck. Okay, so let's, where are we time-wise? Yeah, we go okay, time. Okay, so we're going to do left side, right side, 10, 10, then pause. We'll just see how it goes for the first round, and then we'll slow it down and see if we can get the technique better on a second. All right, taking in with breath. As you breathe out, bring your left knee in, yeah, a little squeeze and tuck. 1, and right side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember that tuck. 9, tuck. 10. And pause. Okay, good. Let's try 10 on the left, 10 on the right this time, but really focus on technique. Let's focus on the left-hand side. In with breath, and as you breathe out, bring the leg in, come up and tuck. 1. Straighten out. We're going to keep on that left side. 2, remember tuck, pull up. In with breath. 3, tuck. 4, tuck. 5, remember tuck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop. Oh, that was a lot better for me. Focusing on the one side and slowing it down a bit. Okay, let's go to the right hand side. When you're ready, straighten both legs, in with breath. And as you breathe out, bring that leg up and tuck. 1, Same thing, 2. Same thing, 3. Same thing, 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. 10. Oh man. Man alive. Oh, it's alive. Oh, stomach felt that one. Okay, good. So we've still got another couple of rounds here. But I think it went really well that last round. So what we'll do is we'll go, do the same again. We'll focus on the left side, then the right side. But this time I want you to slow it down even more as you do that little tuck. So we're really going to try to get that, that squeeze and the bite at the top of the tuck. Right, last ones then. Okay, so we start off with the left side 10, then right side 10. But we're going to really squeeze the tuck. In with breath. As you breathe out, bring the knee in and let's tuck up for 3, 2, 1, drop. Okay, good. Stay on the left side, in with breath. And tuck, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's keep going. And 3, 2, 1, tuck. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Good. And 3, 2, 1. You've got 5 more. And 3, 2, 1. 4 more. And 3, 2, 1. Good. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Oh, gosh, feel that now. 1 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. My stomach is, I'm probably exaggerating a little bit. It's not absolutely gone, but I can feel that quite a lot, which is a good feeling. Same on the right side. We'll come up and hold for the 3, 2, 1s. Oh, time's creeping away. Make sure we get stretching. In with breath, and as you breathe out, come up and tuck for 3, 2, 1, drop. So you do want to lift your head off, and if you can, just get your shoulders off as well as you tuck in. Okay, good. You've got 8 more. Lift off if you can. Tuck in. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. In with breath. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. 6. In with breath. 3, 2, 1. And 7. And 3, 2, 1. And 8. In with breath. 3, 2, 1. And 9. In with breath. And 3, 2, 1. And good. That should be about it now for the abs and power exercises. Let's take ourselves over onto our hands and our knees. Just going to do the threading the needle exercise now. Stretch off the shoulders, back, hips, and then we'll focus on an all body stretch, and then we'll be at the end of the class. Okay, so take yourself onto all fours. Okay, you know how to do this exercise. Bring your elbow, your ear, and your forehead to the floor. Raise your right hand up to the fingers. Thread the arm through, and as you thread the arm through, you turn your body, and you're dropping yourself down so that your head, your forehead, your ear, and your shoulder touches the floor. Now you can stay here. This is a nice stretch. Or we could go a bit deeper by wrapping the arm around the shoulder, looking up to the ceiling, and holding for quite a few slow breaths. And really letting go. And when you're ready, just take yourself over to the other side. In with breath, and same thing again. Thread it through, come down to the floor. And if you can, wrap the other arm around the back. Great. Do so now, look up to the ceiling. Hold for about 10 breaths. Hands to the floor. And we're going to finish off on that and just one stretch then for the back. You can use the cushions. I would suggest try not to. Just try to get the natural curvature of the spine here in place. So just take yourself then over onto your elbows, look forwards, arch the back. If this is too strong, then you can drop yourself down or drop your head onto your hands. But we are looking to stretch the stomach muscles and to put a little bit of stretch through the lower back. Okay, now keeping your hips on the floor, bring your hands to the side of your body. If you can, just extend the back, look forwards or look up. Looking forwards is fine. Again, just holding for 2 or 3 breaths. Before releasing back down. Okay, let's finish off then. Just in child pose. Knees wide, walk the hands forward, drop the head down. Just a few seconds there. Now we're going to loosen off the whole body now. I think we've got a minute or two to go. So we're going to do a whole body stretch, but this is more of a relaxation right at the end to allow us just to completely settle into our bodies again and let go of any stress. Aga, John, my stress is to do with the football. Aga's is probably work, or anyone else who's feeling stressed or tense today. So take yourself down over onto the mats. Get your back on the mat. Okay, just bring your knuckles over your head. Try and straighten your arms as much as possible and bring them in so that they're around about shoulder width apart. So you should feel a nice stretch through the whole body here. Once you close your eyes for 60 seconds, just allow the whole body to stretch off. So that's it, we'll be finished for today. Bring those arms in, let them go down by your sides, keep your eyes closed. Last few seconds. Open your eyes. That's it then, guys. Let me just end the recording. Thank you for everybody who's been watching.